Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I will be doing my first TV show, m- TV show review. So yes, I am a huge Walking Dead fan. For anyone there wondering, um, yeah. So Walking Dead episode 1 of season 1, Days Gone By. Quick note for those who don't know, The Walking Dead is is actually based on a comic by the same name written by Robert Kirkman. This is how the first compendium more or less looks like. Yeah, it's got like the first 48 issues. I may be doing a review on that, the compendium. Eh, I don't know, I'll think about it. So it's based on the comics of Robert Kirkman and Charles Ald- Aldred. Adlard. Yeah, Kirkman's writer, Adler's the drawer illustrator. Um, so yeah, this will contain spoilers. So those who don't want to know anything about the show, about this episode, even though it's kind of weird considering the this episode came out in 2010 of Halloween. So, but will contain spoilers for those who are just getting into the series. I recommend you stop now, uh, buy a DVD, get it on Netflix, whatever, and watch it. Then come back, check the review out. So yeah, the show was based on the comic book, so at first I thought, okay, so at the time I was like 9, 10, I don't remember. So, but I was like, ooh, cool, they're gonna make a show on the on Walking Dead. Wonder how it's gonna be. I wanna know who they're gonna hire to do all the zombie and that and do Rick and everyone. Um yeah, that's what it basically was. Um then again I was 9, 10, so I didn't really know much. Um the right off the bat, you could already tell that the show is gonna the riff is gonna separate from the comics in a couple of seasons. At the time I didn't know that because I was 10, I didn't know shit. But rewatching it, I realized that right off the bat they would have split. That would have been two separate universes. Period. I mean, yeah. The scenes were good. It was well written. Yeah. I mean, everything was impeccable. Period. Okay, not wasn't completely flawless. It did have its flaws. Yeah. So it was basically just Rick Grimes. He got shot, gets into coma, and wakes up in the zombie apocalyptic world. Um, you meet some of the key characters: Rick, Morgan, Duan. Right off the bat, who else? Lori, Shane. Um, yeah, you meet Lori and Shane. Glenn, you hear his voice at the end. Amy. Yeah. I actually do like the cast. I liked them at first, and I still like them today. I mean, Andrew Lincoln, especially Andrew Lincoln and Stephen Ewan, which play Rick Grimes and Glenn respectively. Just look at them. Here, let me find a picture. Okay, here's here's a basic picture of here. Actually, no, let me find. I know there's a better one. Okay, no. Here for Rick, telling me. Remember, try to remember season 1, Rick. Tell me this guy here, does not look like Rick from like Andrew Lincoln. Does not look like him. Now Stephen Ewan, which plays Glenn, he actually looks a lot like his comic book character. Here. I don't know if you can see it, but see they look crazy similar, both them too. Which I mean, some of the other ones also look crazy similar, but those are the two they got spot on. I mean, it was just crazy. Compliments to whoever did the casting. I mean, damn. I mean, at first I didn't notice it because 10 years old didn't know shit, but I don't know. Like a couple years later, I rewatched the season one. I was like, damn, they look crazy similar. I mean, besides that, I mean, some of the forgot. I mean, some of the other people who who are involved with the show are actually pretty good. I mean, Frank Darabont, he was the director, I believe. Um, he was he was also the writer, I believe. I mean, he was pretty good. I mean, they hired Jeffrey Demon, for Dale. Sarah Wayne Callis, sorry, for Lori. Joe Bertino, it was Shane. I mean, they were all actually pretty good actors, and actually believe they were good parts for their respective characters. I mean, they even got Morgan Good. Um, what's his name? The Morgan's actor's name, like Lenny James, I believe, something like that. Yeah, it's Lenny James. I mean, yeah, but also I also like how they kind of go away from the comics, cause here, I mean, one of the a very big like spit from the comics. Okay, at that point, at the very beginning, was they introduced Morgan's wife. Granted, she's a zombie, but we didn't actually have like that type of feeling for Morgan or his family. He was just some random guy. Right after battle, you get like a feeling like you feel bad for the guy. I mean, he already lost his wife. He already has a son. I mean, another somewhat big change from the show is Carl and Dwayne or Dwan's age. I mean, in the comics they're like what 6 or 7. And here in the very beginning of the show they're like 12, 13, 11, no, 11 12, whatever. I mean that's a very also at the time big change. Right now it might seem like nothing, but at the time, 2010, episode one of the whole show, that was a pretty huge change. I mean, then you have what's his name? Rick goes to Atlanta and gets stuck in the tank. Another huge change. I mean, we've never. I don't even at the time. I don't even think we've had to that point at 2010 where the comics were. I don't think we had someone actually trapped in a compartment that small, like a tank or a car. You know, surrounded by walkers in the middle of a zombie infested city. I don't even think today in any other type of zombie medium we've had. Maybe the only ones I could maybe think of, Shaun of the Dead, but granted they had a whole bar, and with like a pretty decent with a rifle and a shitload of knives, but still, and then they had the military come in. Um, um, let's see. Maybe you, if you want to say, you could. I think the only thing that beats out would be Zombieland, where much Tallahassee popping up kicks. Yes, song reference, but unintended. Um, is blowing up zombies' brains through the ticket booth or whatever. I think that's the only thing that could beat that in small compartment. Um, but yeah, I mean that at the time that was a pretty huge change from the comics to the show. I mean, yeah, okay, that's basically cover ups like in this next in synopsis. I mean, I mean, at I mean, it is a pilot episode, so you really can't compare it to except for like maybe the comics. Can't really. I mean, if you want, I mean, maybe, but I mean, another big change I just remembered was the zombie in the fence. In the book, comic book, it was some random zombie. In the show, was his coworker, um, Leon Bassett, I believe was his name, the officer. He shot through the fence. I mean, yeah. You know, one scene that I thought was two scenes actually were very iconic from that they went from the comics to the show was the was when he gets out the room from the hospital and he sees like the all the do not enter, do not open on the cafeteria doors. That was an iconic scene, which I believe they did extraordinarily well. Props to the makeup department and the setting, whoever makes the settings, you know. Um, Props to them and the bicycle girl scene, which we later find out if you watch the webisodes, turned out to be Hannah, which is her real name. Um, Also pretty good. That was a pretty good from page to film type of thing. Um, yeah, pretty sure that's it. I mean, you really feel for these characters. You know what I mean? You feel for them. You feel bad for them almost right off the bat. And I mean, the acting is good. The writing is good. Um, Everything is good. Not dislikes. Yes, everything has to have at least some type of dislikes. Um, the beginning. The beginning. Yeah, the beginning. It was action packed. Granted, it was action packed, but from page to book, and I'm not talking when he shoots the little girl zombie. That was actually pretty cool part. I mean, right after the credits, the screen title, whatever. You see him talking to Shane, Rick talking to Shane, and then they're called to because three runaway bandits or whatever, and it's not that I found it awkward. It's just like I didn't. The one thing I didn't understand is that okay, yes, he does get shot by the cop, in both the comics and in the show, but who was the counterpart of the bandit who shot Rick from the comic to the show? Who was the TV show counterpart? Look, here's how the bandit looks like in the comics. Yeah, saying I won't go to jail, I ain't going back, I'll die first type of thing. Which I'm pretty sure he does die. Um, and it's actually a pretty good reason. There's actually a conspiracy behind that in the comics. If when I do the review on this book, the first compendium, I'll give you more background info on that. See, my problem is that the first bandit, the first one that came out, the one in Mexican in the blue button down, he looked more like the bandit, but he got killed off almost immediately. The third guy, the guy with the bandana, sleeveless, young, pretty sure he's the only one that's not Mexican. Out of the three of them, he shot Rick. Granted, the both of them shot Rick, but the third one was the one that shot Rick that put him in a coma. Put him in a coma. The first one did a dry shot, hit him in the bulletproof vest. It's not really a complaint. It's just like, what the hell? I mean, at first I didn't really care. I was 10. Tell me, 2 years later when I'm 12, I'm like, what the hell? Okay, I'm like, oh, fucked up. And yes, these are nail cutters. Um, yeah, I just didn't get it. That's the only complaint I have. I mean, everything for the time was pretty good. I mean, rewatch again, it's no longer the best episodes, like maybe in the middle, but still a decent episode. Also, it's the pilot, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd have to put this at 7.5, because, well, I mean, to be fair, it's a pilot, so it really doesn't have a big budget to begin with. But then again, all they did from like page to film was actually pretty extraordinary. They actually did hire pretty decent actors. I mean, it was awesome. Period. AW some whatever AWSOME. Awesome. That's my review, and yeah. This is Daniel Mart Please tell your friends. Please subscribe. And I'm signing off. Good night.